Hello students. Today we are going to start the last topic under molecular basis of inheritance, that is DNA fingerprinting process. You might have heard the meaning of a DNA. What is DNA fingerprinting? So the detailed process mechanism of DNA fingerprinting today we are going to discuss. There are about 10 steps we have to follow them. And before going to discuss this topic, DNA fingerprinting process, we should have the definition of a DNA fingerprinting. What is DNA fingerprinting? So let us define what is DNA fingerprinting. So it's a process of identification of a criminal or a person based on his or her DNA. That is called as DNA fingerprinting. So any person's the uniqueness is found in his DNA itself. When person can be identified by his DNA. Okay. So by this process we can identify any criminal. So we can identify any criminal or any person, any individual by taking his DNA. So that process is called as DNA fingerprinting. And with reference to the history, for the first time, the DNA fingerprinting was discovered by a scientist by name Alec Jeffrey. Alec Jeffrey in England, and later on in India, the DNA fingerprinting was discovered. It was started by the two scientists at Hyderabad, that is Lalji Singh and Kashyap in Hyderabad. So he is also called as father of genetic engineering also. And now with reference to the principle, so before going to discuss what are the steps involved, all the steps we are going to discuss, before going to start all the steps, we must understand on what principle the whole process is based. The DNA fingerprinting process is based on the following principle. So here principle I have not written, orally I am explaining. Okay. So what is the principle of a DNA fingerprinting? Since we know that there are about 99.9% of nucleotide base sequence. It is same in all the human beings. In the Human Genome Project, while discussing, I made it clear that about 99.9% of nucleotide base sequences are same in all the human beings, and rest of the 0.1%. So remaining 1%, 0.1% that DNA makes a person unique. Okay, so persons are differ from person to person, it is vary. So only the 0.1% of DNA that makes a person unique or different. Such part of DNA is called as VNTR. So what is VNTR? Variable number of tandem repeats. So the full form, this is an abbreviated form of the variable number of tandem repeats. So sometime you will be given for expansion for 1 mark question also. What is expand VNTR? So this is variable number of tandem repeats. So every person uniqueness found in the VNTR itself. This is only about 0.1%. Next, the VNTR are present in a non-coding part of the DNA. Since we know that DNA contains both coding as well as non-coding step. Okay, but the VNTR are found only in the non-coding part, and the major part of the human DNA, which is made up of repeated nucleotides. So these VNTR are made up of repeated nucleotides. For example, A, T, T, C, C, like that. So it is repeated nucleotide base sequences, and those are known as satellite DNA. So this is all about the history as well as principle of a DNA fingerprinting process. Now we shall move towards what are the steps involved in the DNA fingerprinting process. The first step, as you can see in the first diagram, a test tube that contains a blood sample. So where the crime took place, no? So from that place we have to collect the sample. That sample may be anything. That is the first step is what? It is a collection of biological sample. Collection of biological sample. This may be any biological sample such as blood drop, hair follicle, skin particle, semen, saliva, etc. Okay. So these are the Okay, so this is all about the biological sample which is collected in the crime spot. Okay, from the blood. Even the RBC, WBC can be used. RBC cannot be used, WBC can be used. Now, this is the first step where we have collected the sample, biological sample. The second step is what? Second step is about isolation of the DNA. So, from the cell, we are going to isolate the DNA because DNA found within the nucleus and nucleus is found within the cell. So, from the cell, we have to isolate the DNA. So, this is DNA. This is the DNA which is extracted from the cell. So, from the collected biological sample, the DNA is isolated. How it is isolated? It is isolated by a process that is known as centrifugation. So, it is subjected to rotation. Centrifugation machine, it is kept, then the DNA is floated and then it is extracted from the blood cells. So, this is how we isolate the DNA from the cell. And if the amount of DNA is less than 1 microgram, it should be subjected to amplification process. So, what is amplification? If the isolated DNA is less than 1 microgram, then the amount of DNA can be increased by a process called as PCR, polymerase chain reaction. So, to expand this, it is subjected to PCR method. If it is sufficient, then no need to amplify the DNA. Next comes, after isolation, the cutting of the DNA. See here, dotted line I have shown, the DNA which is very long, irregular, it should be cut into small fragments. How it is cut into small pieces? That is by means of an enzyme called as REN. What is REN? Restriction endonuclease enzyme. Restriction endonuclease enzyme. So, REN is an enzyme by means of which the isolated amplified DNA broken down or break down into small pieces, fragments by using this enzyme called REN. After that, there is one more step. It is followed by next step. That step is called agarogel electrophoresis. What is that process? Let us see. So, in the agarogel electrophoresis, this process or this step is employed in order to separate the DNA fragments lengthwise. So, it is subjected to electrophoresis. How it is done? What is the definition of electrophoresis? Let us understand. It is a process of separating the DNA fragments based on the size on agarogel. So, this is an agarogel electrophoresis machine in which we are keeping the DNA fragments, and here electricity is supplied here, and after that it is subjected to electricity, and then here the separation of DNA takes place because in the presence of electricity the DNA fragments are separated. So, hence the process is called electrophoresis. Under the electric field, it is called as agarogel electrophoresis. So, let me once again define it. It is a process of separating the DNA fragments based on size on the agarogel. So, agarose medium, it is subjected to electric field, and this is called as agarogel electrophoresis. They are separated into bands in the agarogel electrophoresis. After the completion of gel electrophoresis step, here next step is followed. It is treated with the alkali. Okay, so why it is treated with alkali? Let me tell you. So, alkali treatment is done. Agarogel containing separated DNA fragments. Separated DNA fragments. Okay. It is kept in the alkaline solution. Why it is kept in alkaline solution? It is the agarogel that is separated DNA fragments are kept in a alkaline solution like sodium hydroxide, which converts double stranded DNA into single stranded. Since we know the DNA is a double stranded. Okay. So, in order to carry the process of DNA fingerprinting process. Here double stranded DNA is converted into single stranded. For that sake, the the DNA is treated with the alkali, sodium hydroxide. Okay, so this step is followed here. Next step. So after that, there is one more diagram. The DNA band pattern transferred into the DNA band pattern transfer into nylon membrane. So after gel electrophoresis, the DNA is transferred into the nylon membrane. But before that, I have not drawn the alkali treatment, so it is skipped. But before transferring it to the nylon membrane, after gel electrophoresis, the DNA is treated with the alkali in order to get the single stranded DNA. Then the DNA band pattern are transferred into nylon membrane. Why it is transferred into nylon membrane? And that process is called as Southern blotting technique. This is called as Southern blotting technique is a technique in which the DNA can be separated. Likewise, Western blotting and then Northern, Eastern, Western, likewise different blotting techniques are there. But especially the Southern blotting technique we use in order to separate, in order to transfer the DNA, especially for the DNA. Okay. So what is Southern blotting? It is a process of transferring the DNA fragments from the agar gel to nylon membrane is called as Southern blotting technique. So from the agarose, it is transferred into nylon membrane. That's all. This is called as Southern blotting. And after that, a round circle, as you can see, radioactive probes. So what is a radioactive DNA probe? So this is an artificial DNA. It is synthesized. Artificially it is synthesized in the laboratory. This is called as, and with the known sequences. So the whose DNA sequences are known and it is artificially synthesized in the laboratory. But the DNA which is the suspected person DNA or the DNA which we have collected from the sample, whose sequences are not known. Okay, so let me tell you why it is required here. So here what happens, the addition of DNA probes. So artificially the DNA probes are prepared. DNA probes are single stranded. These are single stranded artificially synthesized radioactive DNA. They are added on a nylon membrane. They are added on a nylon membrane. They are added on a nylon membrane due to complementary base pairing. Due to complementary base pairing. Okay. So DNA probes and the single stranded DNA of nylon both are going to bind. So DNA probe binds to the specific DNA sequence on the, that is sample membrane on the, that is on the nylon membrane. Okay. So only in short, what is to be done here? The addition of DNA probe, which is single stranded artificially radioactive DNA, added to the nylon membrane due to the complementary base pairing. The DNA probe and the single stranded DNA of a nylon both are going to bind with each other. This step is completed and the excess DNA is washed off. Later on, there is one more step called as autoradiography. Yes, what is that? Autoradiography. It is a phenomena in which the nylon membrane containing radioactive DNA, it is kept under the X-ray sheet and the radiations emitted from the DNA probes make the dark bands on X-ray sheet, which are finally called as DNA fingerprints. It here in the autoradiography, what is to be done? The nylon membrane, okay, containing radioactive DNA kept under the X, it is exposed to the X-ray sheet, and after that the X-ray of the DNA probe is taken and dark bands on the X-ray sheet which are obtained, and this step is called autoradiography now. So the diagram radioactive probe and the X-ray probe both are showing the obtaining the DNA fingerprinting. The X-ray is to be done of the DNA probe after binding, and finally in the last step, the final DNA fingerprints, the visible pattern of DNA bands are appear in a dark band, and that is known as a DNA fingerprint. So finally what we do, we compare. In the comparison, the DNA fragments obtained from the biological sample collected at the crime spot should be compared with the DNA fingerprint of a suspected persons to identify the criminal. So this is how we compare the suspected person's DNA and the DNA which is obtained in a biological sample or in a crime spot. If the bands are similar, if the similar bands are obtained, then the suspected person will be the criminal and he will be captured. Okay, so this is all about the DNA fingerprinting technology or steps involved in the DNA fingerprinting. We will stop here.